Alright, what is up everybody? Dragon Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, we did some cleaning up around Skyloft, and, we came down here to fight the imprisoned for the second time, and looked at the Gruesinator, and see all of its glory and all of Gruce's handiwork along with the imprisoned. In this episode, we're going to be striking the Gate of Time with our now fully powered up sword via the flames. Link, it is time. Open the Gate of Time and travel to the other side. Come on already, charge that sword of yours with the sacred force stuff Granny was talking about and zap the Gate of Time. Bet Zelda is just on the other side of the gate wondering where you are. You shouldn't make the little lady wait, Link. Go on. Alright. Let's do this. That effect is always really cool with the Gate of Time, how it just shatters into pieces, and then it just forms the octagon, like, gear kind of cool shape for the Gate of Time, and the two other ones just come out of nowhere just to make it all spinning. It's just really cool. It's a really cool effect. Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. One thing that's also really cool is when the gate opens. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Nah, forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said, what's up? Will do, Groose. Will do. Tried to, at least. This is the effect I was talking about. That's just really cool looking. Imagine you just trip in the gate of time and then you just fall flat on your face because of all the gears turning and everything as your steps. It's just like, goodness gracious, that would be a travesty. Just bust your face on the gears. I've always just feel like, goodness gracious, that just, how do you run on that? That's just, I don't know. Maybe just me and just being weird, but that's just what I think of when I just look at that. But it is still really cool. Nice to see you here, Impa. Hey! At last. I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It's time. It is true, to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era into the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Alright. It's kind of cool how it's just really, this temple really hasn't changed much in like however long takes place between this and the time of Link's time when we are just the Sealed Temple. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa fills you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. the goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For a while, the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods. All of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda. I am the goddess reborn as immortal. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I have no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stirred out of his of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. Quite an abomination indeed. Scaly creature. But even in his hideous state, he is more than capable of devouring this land, even if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. Within the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Phi and the great blade she's a part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you've found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. The full Master Sword! The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. Sword is now imbued with the mystical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish Demise once and for all. The power is among the countless souls in this land. Only a select few, those within an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face Demise and give the land hope. The goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield the supreme power. And so Hylia, I knew that if that it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Link. But you have to understand, this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All of that may be well intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep, for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am highly reborn, I'm still my father's daughter, and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? Of course. That just really gets you at the heartstrings. It gets me. Oh, man. Well, with that all being said, that was quite a lot. But that also just leaves quite a lot to talk about. What do you say after all that, Impa? I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep that promise made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. But like, yeah, it's just... man, it's just like... You could see that... okay, we can't actually go out this way. I was curious if it actually does let you go out these ways. To see what it would have looked like back then, but I suppose not. Because it's like she wants to... In a way, she is using us to tip the scales in the favor for all things good, but she still used us, and it's just like she does feel bad for using us, and it's rough, even though it's kind of complicated, I imagine, because it's just like this person that you've known since you've been kids, for like friends since you were kids, which is probably like forever, it feels like to these guys, and it's just like and then you find out all of that, and it's just mind-blowing, but it also just tugs you even more at the heartstrings. So you've returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits, suspended in a sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Then why didn't she just tell us where to look, other than just in Skyloft? Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out. Spell it out just the same. The key is to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. Whoa, there. Hold up. Link, there's something I gotta tell you. Don't get mad at me, but I did not have time to tell Zelda what's up. So, Zelda, how is she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? Actually, that's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're going to do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Oh, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's gotta watch that big ugly monster, and someone's gotta make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? I sure do. Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess. But don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? I'm not weird it's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree and soil like this. It'd brighten up this place a little too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Stritch might be a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. Alright. Well, with that even more being said, you actually can come back here, and you can't really tell that it's Zelda, but there's also a thing in this game where you can come here way earlier and actually come back here and look at that and see that it's there, which is story spoilers if you look at it like way earlier. But yes, that is a there even then. Let's see. Do you guys do anything? Is there like a gossip stone or something here? I feel like I looked for this and I didn't find anything, but I'm trying to see. Hold on. Is it the... I'm trying to... There it is. I knew there was something here. Whoa, I think my heart stopped! This is... this is it. The discovery of a lifetime. There is no mistaking it. This symbol must mark one of the goddess walls left for the hero by the goddess. Let me see. Let me try to draw the Triforce again. There's no way I'm gonna get it, but let's give it a try, shall we? At least try to draw a what somewhat resembles a triangle. Nope. Not even close. Oh well. And Buddy's already just not interested that I just made a magic wall up here. And how does that not excite you that I just made a magical wall up here out of nowhere? Buddy, get out of here. Skull, little man of skull, yes please. Oh hello. You want to join in on the fun? Let's go. What was that? Buddy like swung at me and missed like completely. Holy crap. But then again, I was moving a little bit. Alright. Let's head back to the sky now. But that's the reason I saved that in the last episode, because good grief, that's a heck of a lot to take in, and it would have made... I'm kind of glad that I waited to do that in another video, because that would have made the next video, like the last video, like bare minimum an hour long. So it's a good thing I saved it for this one here. But I think if we want any kind of hints to the Triforce or anything that we got to do next, I think it's best to look at the Night Academy. We will look for our hint, I believe, for the next thing that we gotta do, and then I think we'll be close to wrapping it up here, because that was kind of a lot, and again, I like my videos within a certain length, so it's not too crazy, but also considering that was just kind of a lot of reading and just like a really important story details, I don't want that to be the only thing we do today. So why don't we just go look and report back to her dad about our findings and the go-abouts of what's been going on.
Hey!
Hello, Link. Have you heard anything more about my daughter? What is it? If you know anything at all, I urge you to share it with me. You want me to tell you... You want to tell me, but you can't. I understand. I am sure you have a good reason for keeping quiet. Wow, that's honestly... Yeah. Link, I've been doing some thinking since we last spoke. You have had this destiny thrust upon you without warning, or choice, for that matter, but I wish to help you as best I can. I'm getting older and I lack the vigor of youth, but even old men have ways of being useful too. Useful too? I don't know why I said it like that. I wish to share as much of my knowledge with you as I can. If you have any questions at all about Skyloft or its history, I will be glad to tell you all that I know. Actually, I do have a question. What do I know of the Triforce? Link, where did you hear that word? It's true that the ancient texts make several mentions of the Triforce within their pages. Fortunately, the actual location of the Triforce isn't illuminated in any of those tombs. Its whereabouts are lost to history. Sorry, Link. It shames me to say it, but my knowledge is of little use on this subject. Okay. Link, just a moment. Though there is one whose vast knowledge may be of use. Surely you're familiar with Levias, the great sky spirit who has guarded our realm for ages. Levias has served as the protector of our skies for a long time, and his knowledge of our world is encyclopedic, to put it mildly. If anyone in the entirety of Skyloft and beyond were to know about the Triforce, it would be him. Well, where is he? Yes, I feared that might be your next question about that. I imagine in your travels you've taken notice of the tremendous thunderhead that suddenly appeared in our skies. Recently, I have heard rumors suggesting that Levias is trapped inside that massive cloud. I asked Instructor Owlan to look into this troubling cloud in order to determine if there is any truth to these rumors. I had meant to inquire about this findings earlier but completely forgot about it after Zelda went missing. Instructor Owlan can fill me in on the details later, so why don't you go speak with him yourself and see what his investigation has revealed. Alright, then we shall go talk to Instructor Owlan then. And see what he knows. I believe, yes, he's over here. Right next door, so I'm honestly surprised, unless these are crazy soundproof walls, but then again, I don't know, it just feels like he would have heard us talking next door, especially after he yelled at us to come back and talk about Levias and the Thunderhead. Ah, Link, how goes your search for Zelda? Have you found her yet? What? Levias? But... Ah, so you've been talking to the Headmaster, I take it. If I'm correct, Levias is the one inside the Thunderhead, but that's not the Levias that we all know. That's a monster. It certainly looks like Levias, but last time I approached him, he came rushing at me, and his eyes, they were full of malice. People will change, or old, wizened creatures change, rather. Perhaps it's more that he is possessed by something. That's how it felt to me. What? You want to talk to Levias? That's impossible. I don't think Levias is capable of listening. Not in his current state, no. And even if you were to get close enough to talk to him, it will likely end with you getting brushed aside and sent flying to your death in this sea of clouds. What? You're still planning on going? I see. It's because you need to find Zelda. I understand. I get the feeling nothing I could say would talk you out of it. You're darn right. Hey, I have an idea. Come with me.
Hey!
Levias is inside the Thunderhead. He's been acting so strangely, like something has possessed him. Yes. If we can somehow free him from whatever it is that has a hold over him, then there's a chance we will return him to his senses. Listen well, Link, because I'm about to teach you a very powerful bird riding technique. It's called the Spiral Charge. Using the Spiral Charge, you can rid Levias of the blight that has hold of him. The technique is quite very easy to perform. All you have to do is press X, okay? However, the acceleration effect lasts longer than any attack move you've used so far. Maintaining stable flight can be tricky. This is a technique that only Senior Knight Academy students who have mastered high-level flight skills are allowed to perform. Still a bit too early for you, but this is an extraordinary circumstance, so I'll have to make an exception this time. However, I will test you. Everybody's just making just hyping these things up as, oh, these are just extremely senior student things, and I'll end up doing just fine. So I don't know why we're surprised by this, why you have to just be like that. Just show me the technique, sir. First, dive off this platform and call your bird. Alright, let's go. Listen up, Link. I taught your Loftwing to perform a Spiral Charge when you... How did you teach my Loftwing to do that, like, within the time we just walked and I was talking to you? Use the Spiral Charge attack to break 10 targets placed around the floating boulders up ahead. If you can destroy 10 targets in under 120 seconds, I will recognize you as a skilled bird rider. Alright, off you go. Alright then. This is really something where it's just like, I still just wonder though, how in the world did you miss? Okay, how in the world did I miss that first of all, but okay, sure. How am I barely under that? Okay, I really need to hit some targets here. Okay, it's that one, and then we'll go down. Try to... Come on. Okay, whatever, I guess. We'll try to hit this other one, because it's nice and easy. And we will go over here. Hit this one. But it's just like, how did you manage to, quote-unquote, teach my bird this technique all of a sudden while, I guess it's just like, I guess it just depends on how much, it doesn't say how long we were talking for, or like how long he like was talking to us, but it's just like, bro, just how did you manage to do that? I have no freaking idea, but hey, I guess we'll just go with it. That my bird just happened to just know his, that just happened to teach my bird a secret technique, and just, come on. This thing here has always given me a little bit of trouble, but it's just like, it's honestly not that bad. It's just a thing of just like, I just suck at like being at the exact point where it wants me to be when it comes to doing the charge, so it's just like, okay. And come on. Come on, are we serious? Okay, it's probably gonna take me more than one try to do this, and then this will probably be the last thing we do in this. How in the world? Oh, okay. God dang it. Okay. Down. You were on target and then you dived into the boulder, bird. Are you trying to chip your beak and just... do you have bird insurance? I really hope you do, Link, because God, the bird's just actively trying to hit it. Hit the boulders on purpose and chip its beak along with whatever the heck else. You can destroy 10 targets in 120 seconds, okay. What are you gonna do if I don't? It's just like, are you just gonna just magically just drain my bird of its secret technique or whatever? Okay. Here for a while, okay, cool. Well, at least you're letting us do it a second try. Cause it's just like, come on, what? You taught this bird, my bird, oh, are you kidding me? I thought we were already just gonna start it, but I guess not. He just has to make me talk to him again, I guess, and just, I really don't want to be having this kind of trouble right now, but sure, I guess, whatever. Let's see, I think, was he back up by the freaking, I swear to God, okay, wait, maybe, hold on. Cause it's just like, wasn't he back over here or something where we like did the wing ceremony? I don't think he was. No, he's not over there. But it's just like, what do you mean you won't? Okay, you won't recognize me as a skilled bird rider, but I still know the technique that I need in order to get Zelda. So it's really funny to me. Just like, okay, that's great and all, but just like, is he? Hold on. Before I go back up there. Did I literally just pass him this, like, entire time? When I was just over here? He has been. God dang it. Just, okay. I don't know where my mindset is at today, but it's just, okay. Let me try it again, just so you can recognize me as a skilled bird rider, and then I can go right off to Levias. But that'll be in the next episode. Yes, hit the 10 targets within 120 seconds, and you'll recognize me as worthy to use this technique, which, who are you to say, when the world is at stake, whether I am able to use this technique or not, but whatever, I guess. Maybe that's just the ego talking after I've done so much other stuff as a hero, but just like, come on. Okay. Still break it anyway, even though I kind of grazed the boulder there. Come on. Okay, that was actually my bad, but just like, seriously, just, okay. Hit the targets! Oh my... I don't know why this just gives me so much freaking trouble. I don't know if it's like the motion controls or just... I just suck at doing the bird flying, which I usually typically don't. It's just, I guess when it has to be this thing where it's like that, where it has to be like super specific, I'm just like, okay, I just, for some reason, I usually don't suck, but now all of a sudden, I'm just gonna suck horribly, and just, I'm just complaining way too much. I understand, but it's just like, oh. Come on. What are we doing, game? Okay, that was one I completely missed. I was gonna say, if I miss that one, I'm gonna be mad. That is the game just going against me at that point. Come on. I am doing even worse than last time. I didn't think that was going to be possible, but I guess it is, so... yeah, just... okay. I'll be back when I can actually hit targets, because holy shit, guys. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, doing better. I think I just needed to shut my app and kind of focus, because it's just like, what in the world am I doing? Nope. Okay. Seven. Almost. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time though. 8. Nope. Hit this one. Come on, man. I don't know why I feel like I just kind of struggled with this kind of thing, but it's just so annoying to struggle with something that I shouldn't be struggling with. Let me know in the comments if you guys have actually struggled with this part of like the game as well. Like maybe it's just a me thing, but I just feel like between the motion controls and just this having to be very specific with your bird, just is really just like causing me to struggle a lot for some stupid reason. It's so stupidly hard. Yes, just stop talking. Just let me do the thing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4. It's a lot better than last time. 5. Couldn't get that one. Missed that one. Right. Come on. Focus. No, not there. Ugh. 6. Time. 7. Barely above him. 8. Yes. Keep talking to me. Talk to me nice. I know. Like that. Right under it. Okay. Okay. 9. One more. Please. Please, yes! Holy crap. Oh, yeah, just... again, is it just me, or is this just hard for no reason? The next time we have to address is how to go about finding Levias. Maybe the owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin might know something. Every year he makes an offering of pumpkin soup to Levias. And I did not mean to skip that over that text, but just good God, that was stupid. That was just hard. That's the type of hard I don't like in games, where it just feels like it's just, I don't know if it's me or if it's just being stupidly hard for no apparent reason other than just it is. And I hate that. Go to the Lumpy Pumpkin and ask him what he knows. Yeah, except we're saving that for next episode, because holy crap, that's a lot. We didn't do a whole lot in this episode today, but we did do a lot. We actually did a lot of story stuff, just not a lot of moving around parts, doing all kinds of action stuff. We did do a lot of story stuff, and we finally have the true Master Sword this time. So, that all being said, next time, Skyward Sword HD, we are going to go to the Lumpy Pumpkin and see what he knows about how we can hopefully track down Levias and hopefully figure out what he can tell us about finding the Triforce. See you guys then. Dragon Gamer, out.